An interesting word that I heard from Gary Vaynerchuk was by the name of, it was this title of the best kept secret. And the best kept secret, the idea behind it was this. Sometimes, my friends, you have a person who is a star in the making, whether they're a soccer player, whether they're a musician, they're an artist, they're a YouTuber, and they're getting good. And the reason why I call them the best kept secret is because in a sense, they are really, really talented, but people don't know who they are. Right? And I feel like anyone who hasn't made it naturally, and when I say make it, my friends, just so we're on the same page, we're talking about people, signing these huge contracts. We're talking about multi-million-dollar contracts, but just, being able to live off your passion, being able to become recognized at least a little bit. So that's what I say, when I say made it, that's what I'm referring to. So I feel like a lot of people who are on the come up, right, all you can think about is, what if my next song is the one that takes off, right? What if my next video is the one that takes off and I go to the moon and beyond? And you're always waiting, and you want it now. Hell, you wanted it yesterday, but that's okay, right? And then you realize, how important patience is, and just being a hard worker, being diligent, being ambitious, and going for your goals. But really, one big thing that I really wanted to emphasize on was there's a beauty in every stage. So when you're in that stage where, you haven't quote unquote made it, you're not a big star yet, man, just from personal experience, some of the awesome things are you don't have any expectations. Maybe if you are signed to a deal with someone, you got to make, I don't know, man, 2-3 podcasts a week. You got to do, sponsorship this, sponsorship that, do all that good stuff. But it's like when you don't have that pressure, it really is, it's more in your hands, right? It's way more lenient in terms of you do things kind of when you want to. Because you want to, because you don't want to, right? No one owns this. No one owns the podcast. No one tells me, what I should say or what I shouldn't say. So I think to a huge degree, it really is in your hands in terms of, what you want to do, how you want to present it, how you want to push yourself forward. That is 100% in you and in your hands. I feel like one of the big problems is we just keep looking forward and we don't enjoy the position that we are in. Personally speaking, I love it. I love when I post a YouTube video, it'll get 2 views, or a podcast episode will get 0 views. Because the beauty of that is I screenshot that and I take a picture of that. Because I know how sweet it's going to feel the day when more people listen. And the biggest thing is that you put these out for yourself, right? You put these out because you enjoy them. You put these out because they make you happy, because you want to add value to some people. But eventually you just get to a point where, where I feel like you start climbing. It's just subconsciously, man, it's easier to look forward than to look backwards. So you look forward and you go, this guy's doing better than me, or, I have this much more to learn. And unfortunately, I feel like we don't look back enough. We don't look back enough to be like, you know what, man, actually, I've come a long way. Like from my bad YouTube videos and my not good editing, now I have subpar YouTube videos and slightly better editing, you know what I mean? So I just think it's so important, my friends, that even though, we do want to look forward, we do want to be ambitious, that we also look back and we recognize how far we've come. Because when we do that, it's, I think June 28th to be exact, was the day that my first YouTube video was uploaded, June 28th, 2019. And one thing that I definitely like to do whenever I get to like a 1-year anniversary of sorts is really look back, compare my first video to my most recent, YouTube video, or my first podcast, which came out back in December, I want to say December 7th, and compare that to, my most recent podcast, and just looking at the different intricacies and the factors involved in just anything from, again, like visually to, myself, becoming more confident, becoming more comfortable on screen. I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but if you go way back to my earlier YouTube videos, I used to be a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? I would hold myself back more. Maybe I filtered myself a little bit too much. I was really self-conscious about the connotations I was using, the words I was using, right? Maybe I wouldn't say the word man, or I'd be careful not to swear here and there. But, it's not about not swearing at all or swearing your mouth off, but I think it's really about being genuine. And when you can get to that point of you're super comfortable, you're confident in who you are, you're confident in what you do, that then you can be genuine and then it works out. Because when you're genuine, man, I feel like that is the best thing that speaks to people. And your friends and your family who listen or who watch, or, no matter what you do, they're going to see you, right? And eventually, if you do put up an act, it's like, for how long? Because eventually this act is going to become a part of you, or you're just going to keep, being two-faced and it's going to come out. Those celebrities who always want to be liked, but then you always hear stories that sound like the exact opposite, and you're like, that looks really bad for this person now.